Hey, what's up guys, Sebastian here, and in today's video I want to show you how to go through the split test. Hey, what's going on guys, Sebastian here, and in today's video I want to talk about split testing. We're going to go into some concepts here. We're going to go into the basic structure that you will see. So I got my pages document here. I'm gonna be having more videos about this, more videos about testing, optimization, all of this good stuff because it cannot be explained in only one video. But I want to start here. So, split testing. So, pretty much the strategy that I'm telling you to use, guys, is first of all you should create a campaign. So I'm gonna put campaign number one, and this is gonna be kind of like an informal training video. Just gonna get my notes and write some notes here. So campaign number one is gonna be advertising product number one, right? So you will test one product per campaign. You should not be testing different products in each campaign. So you will use the campaign to divide each product that you will be testing. So in campaign number one, you will be testing product number one. Then you will have campaign number two, and you will be testing product number two. And they will have campaign number three, and you will be testing product number three. So this is how you will structure your main campaign. So for example, let's say that you're gonna test three different products. You're gonna test each product in a different campaign. Now let's talk about the objective. The objective of the campaign will be website conversions for each of the campaigns. So in this scenario, we're going to be testing three different products. So now it's going to be campaign number one, testing product number one, and using the website conversions campaign. Now, inside campaign number one, we're going to have different ad sets. Ad set one, ad set one, ad set two, ad set three. Let's use three ad sets for this example. If you have a bigger budget for the testing phase, you can add 5 ad sets per campaign. So I'm gonna show you how much you would be spending when you test 3 ad sets per campaign. So I'm gonna put also here. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Okay, there you go. So in this case, we will be testing 3 ad sets per campaign. The ad sets, we will use them to test the audiences. Okay, so the ad sets are great because you can test audiences, you can test genders, you can test devices. The ad sets are used to test the different variables of your campaign. So in this case, what we will start doing is testing different audiences. Testing the audiences is the second most important thing. The first most important thing to test is the product, but we're doing it here in the campaign level. And the second most important thing to test are the audiences. Okay, so that's a very, very important thing to remember. So in ad set one, we will have audience number one. In ad set two, we will have audience number two. Now guys, there are many types of split testing of devices, split testing of genders, split testing of ads, but we're just gonna go through the basics here, and I'm gonna tell you to start split testing the audience. Because if you have an amazing product, but you don't show it to the right people, it won't sell. And same happens when you have an amazing audience, but you don't sell the right people, the right product to those people, then you won't get sales. So it's a combination of audience, product to get results. So this is how your campaign should be structured. Campaign number one, campaign number two, campaign number three, testing one product, second product, and third product. So this product can be, let's say, cat hoodie. This one can be, beach pillow cover, and this one can be pug bracelet. Okay, so we're having different products here. These audiences are gonna be related to cats. These audiences are going to be related to people who love the beach, to beach lovers. And these audiences are going to be related to people who love pugs. So as you can see, we're having everything very organized. I actually want you guys to use this structure to write it down, to get a Word document out, a Pages document out, a Notepad out, and write it down before you even go to Power Editor and you create your campaigns. I want you guys to write down and structure your campaign so that it's more visual. You will get a better understanding of how it works. Now, if you saw my past video, one of the past videos, I talked about the events, which events you should be starting with. So in this scenario, okay, right here, this scenario of this split testing example, I will be assuming that you are using a completely new account. You've never advertised products before. You just open your store. You're starting from scratch. So if you saw the last video, you will understand why I'm telling you to start optimizing for view content. Okay, so when you reach the ad set on Power Editor, you will be asked, hey, which conversion event you want to optimize for. So you will optimize for view content just because you're starting out and your pixel doesn't have a lot of data. So if you don't really understand what I'm talking about here, I would suggest you go back to the conversion events video that I recorded so that you understand better, okay? And it's gonna give you a great understanding. So you're gonna use a website conversion campaign and you will be optimizing, telling Facebook to optimize for view content. You could perfectly be optimizing for add to cart, purchase, or whatever. But we're starting with view content because you have a new pixel, you're just starting out, and this event is gonna help you build more data on your Facebook pixel. So that's important, okay? Apart from this, each ad set will have a budget of $5. Okay, it's gonna have a $5 budget. You don't need more than that to start testing. So that's when I tell you that you really don't need a huge budget to start. This is what I mean. But now here's the thing: this budget will start adding up because if you want to figure out your daily budget, then your daily budget is not $5. Your daily budget is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay, so it's gonna be $45 per day in total that you will be spending on this campaign. So I'm gonna put here total budget is gonna be $45. So you will be spending $45 every single day because you are testing 9 different audiences. You are testing 9 ad sets, and each ad set has a $5 budget. So that's the reason why you are having a $45 per day budget. Now you want to spend your money very, very wisely. So it's crucial actually that you go through the steps of this of training very, very carefully, and you go to the product research for very passionate products, and find very targeted audiences, so that these $45 per day can be invested wisely. So in the beginning, guys, I don't want to confuse you more, or I don't want to give you a ton of information here. I want you to understand that we'll be using the campaigns to split test the different products, and we will be using the ad sets in the beginning to test the different audiences. You will be optimizing for view content if you're just starting out, and each ad set is gonna have a $5 per day budget. Now let's continue through the placements, because when you go to the ad set, you will also be asked to choose the placement. So in the beginning, I only wanted to use mobile and desktop newsfeed. Okay, mobile and desktop newsfeed. I don't want you to use Instagram. I don't want you to use audience network. I don't want you to use all of the other options that they are giving you. So only mobile and desktop newsfeed, because they really give amazing results in the beginning, and the other ones, are kind of, you will have to dive deeper into the other ones just to kind of master them, because they work differently. Mobile and desktop newsfeed is literally like the time when you are scrolling down your phone, your smartphone, the newsfeed that you see, or in your computer when you're scrolling down. Okay, so mobile and desktop newsfeed, and you're gonna use that for every single ad set. And you will also use the 7-day conversion window that Facebook tells you to use. They actually give you different conversion windows to choose from, but the one they recommend to start with is a 7-day conversion window. So I'm gonna put 7-day conversion I'm gonna put 7-day conversion window, and I'm telling you to use this one is simply because that's the one they recommend in the beginning. I've tested both 1-day and 7-day work fine, but this is the one they recommend in the beginning. I've been using that and it works really, really well. You can also test 1-day conversion window afterwards, but this should be giving you great results as well. Okay, so Let me see if there's something else. I think apart from this is pretty straightforward. Now I'm not including the gender here because the gender really depends on the audience research that you did and the product that you're promoting. So if you are selling, a bracelet with a little heart or a woman type product, then you won't be selling it to men. You would have to choose woman for that. But in this case, I'm not adding the gender because I don't know which products you're selling. But you need to understand that the gender depends on the audience and the product that you chose in your research. But this should give you a good idea on how to split test in the first stages of your campaign creation. And we will be going into more details, but to get started, it should give you a pretty good idea. Okay, guys. So hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next video.